both shocked, or were her eyes really that lonely? Did she leave her hometown thinking she'd end up in LA? Did she break down in the desert and get stuck beside the highway? Get a long, long down the road. We got a long, long way to go. Scared to live, scared to die. We ain't perfect, but we try. Get along while we can. Always give love the upper hand. Paint a wall, learn to dance. Call your mom, buy a phone, drink a beer, sing a song, make a friend. Can't we all get along? Find out when you die, the keys to heaven can be bought. We still don't know what love is, but we sure know what it's not. Sometimes you got to get along down the road. We got a long, long way to go. Scared to live,
Morning, Ashley.
scared to die.
Oh,
We
take
ain't
care.
perfect, but we try. Get along while we can.
Ashley, are we going to get along today?
Are we gonna get along today?
That's the song I just played.
Is it like the first of the month or something?
No, it's
Can
September
we get along?
3rd, and it's Thursday. This week has just flown by, and I can't wait to see how many closings we did, because I think it's going to be amazing. Might be our best closing month ever in the history of the world, which is pretty rockin' amazing. So very cool. So you have really built one hell of a department, and I wanted to make sure the company understands the advantages. So I wanted to talk about for what have we been doing this now? 4 years as a Cartus broker?
Yep.
All right, so 24 years of not being a Cartus broker, I created a belief system that we didn't need Cartus, and we don't need Cartus, but I never realized the power that that organization had. So for a long time, we were a Century 21 broker. We were not part of the Cartus Broker Network. And I kind of was proud to have grown the size that we were without having Cartus business. And then we got invited to be a part of Cartus and said, why the hell not? Let's try it. And it was a monumental task. And out of the goodness of the universe, you showed up with a resume on my desk, which really made this, yes, the universe brought you to us. And you created this department and have really grown it incredibly well. And as a result, we're doing, even now without USAA, we're doing 20 to 30 closings a month, which is, you know, almost 10% of our business, which is huge. And yes, it's a huge cost to it. It's a huge cost for us as a company because no offense, we're paying you. We're paying another reload coordinator, which we'll introduce in a moment. There's expensive fees that we pay via the network, and then there's of course referral fees that come out of everything. But the net result is we are gaining hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of new customers to our organization for our agents every year. And it's really, really cool. So while there's an A team, if you will, of agents who are specifically trained to handle this type of business, because it's a lot of work, there's benefits to every agent within our company to being a part, for us being a Cartus Broker Network. All right, so I want to talk about some of those things today so everybody can kind of get a hold of it. All right.
Okay.
So let's focus a little bit on just, why don't you tell us, what are some of the qualifications that Cartus requires an agent to do to be a part of the team, if you will?
There's absolutely qualifications. There's the 2 years experience at least 10 closings for the year, the calendar year. We want to make sure that they are a full-time agent. They're participating with their manager. So that's why we have an application. We have, which we also have, includes a manager to sign off on it, because I want to make sure that they feel that they're ready. Because even if you're interested in Relo, I always send the entire folder so that you can see what we're looking for. We also require outgoing referrals. So that's what we're going to touch base on as well, and something called agent generated referrals. We require, and it's reporting, it's making sure that you are utilizing eRelo correctly. We've got listing, you have to make sure you're, letting us know when listing pendings and solds are done immediately, right? So within
Let's
24
talk about why that happens. So Cartus is kind of like Zillow, where they presume that the client they're referring to us is their customer, and they are setting expectations for us to serve their customer, right?
Right.
That's kind of where we're headed with this. So they're demanding excellence, so that, and there's a huge emphasis on reviews, right? We get
Absolutely. They have to make sure their service is on point, especially even when we start talking about the broker to broker business. Your client is also that broker, that agent's customer, right? Craig, if you refer your cousin in California, right? Somebody, you want to make sure that they are vetted. There's an additional background check, that they are fully trained. There's a lot of trainings that go into it before you're actually on the team. And that's, beyond the qualifications. And then that they're going to take care of every need, right? So I think Kim and I have been on the phone. I think that I'm sure she can hear us, because I could hear you.
She's a co-host, so she should be able to turn her camera on if she wants to.
She wants to.
If I go to panelists, Kim is in there. She's as a co-host, but she's muted and she is no video.
Can you do it for her?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, I wanted to explain, like I said, the benefits for everybody, because let's say you have, hi, Kim.
Hi, I am so sorry, guys. I didn't realize. I've been doing the Zoom and it's been fine. So I don't know what I accidentally must have hit this morning. I'm here. Good morning.
Hey.
Okay, so Craig.
So let me introduce Kim real quick. Kim, nice to meet you, by the way. So Kim is a new relocation coordinator, and she lives in Illinois. And so Ashley's department had dwindled down to none other than her. And now we've gotten so much business and there's so much reporting that has to be done. Ashley needed help. And Kim comes with a huge, Kim, why don't you give us, you sent me an email yesterday, but give us some of your background, 27 years in relocation. Tell us.
Sure. Yeah, so I have been in the relocation industry for 27 years. So some would say I'm kind of like a dinosaur in the industry, but so 27 years in the industry. I spent 24 of those with Cartus, who is the relocation division of Realogy. In the latter part of my career with Cartus, I was in the broker services department working with the West Coast brokerages and managing that relationship. From there, I moved over to Century 21 Everest. They are based out of Utah and California. They had acquired a company out of California with 10 locations, and I was responsible for getting that relocation department up and running and doing some other business development. So I have a well-rounded knowledge both on the relocation side for a relocation company as well on the brokerage side.
Wow.
Yeah.
And where do you live?
So I'm in Rockford, Illinois. It's the northern tip of Illinois. We're almost into Wisconsin. I am currently sitting in my fifth wheel, thus you see this big window behind you. So I'm not in my home office today, but anywhere is home, is a home office at this point in time. So.
And Century Everest is a huge company, and you worked for them. You still lived in Illinois, so you used to work remote.
Absolutely.
Cool.
I did a lot of traveling, and was responsible for training their agents and whatnot. Yeah, they have 500 agents in each location in Utah and then in California. So when I left, they had about 1,000 agents.
Wow.
Yeah.
Lots of relo business too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm excited. I'm very excited to be on the Zoom call today with everyone, and looking forward to the new adventure. Ashley and I go back quite a few years. We know each other. We've worked together before, through the broker to broker business, as well as attending the Cartus conference and American Relocation Alliance conferences and Century 21. and all of the fun that comes along with relocation.
It really is quite a network.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, and think
Proud to have
about
you.
how cool that is, that we were able to connect like at the right time, that that we were able, I held out 6 very long months for Kim. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen too. So Craig, we're gonna start with, if it's good with you.
Yep.
Hold on. We're gonna start with the outgoing referrals, right?
Well, let me just, before you do that, let's talk about, there's basically 3 main branches of the Cardis organization. Number 1 that everybody benefits from is the broker-to-broker referral network. And you and I spoke yesterday, and you've done an amazing job building relationships. So what happens is the more known you are, the more referrals you get. So a broker friend of mine in Colorado has an agent who has a referral coming to Florida. They will look us up because they're familiar with our relocation company and they know Ashley and they'll know Kim. So we'll get more business just because we're known. So that's one of Ashley's key jobs, is making sure we're known in the marketplace, and we really are. So one of the things you told me last night is Cardis has a favorites group. So if we are like Judge Fight, Century 21 Judge Fight in Dallas Metro, we're their favorite. So we pop up first when they have referrals coming to Florida. Now Judge Fight's a huge company, and they've got hundreds and hundreds of agents like we do, and there's a lot of referral business going back and forth. So broker to broker is huge, and I think everybody needs to understand that when you send a referral, you don't know who it's going to, but within the network, you know it's going to somebody who's been trained, they've been criminally background checked, all the stuff that Cardis requires is going to happen. So when you guys need to send a referral someplace, all you have to do is go to Ashley through that link in her email, and she will place that referral to a qualified agent anywhere. So it's, we don't talk about this because of course it's all about the agent, not the customer, but no, it's about the customer, and the customer needs to be headed to a good agent. So all that vetting process is done for you because we're part of this network. So that's the first core business, is broker to broker. Then there's the affinity business, which, we've tried, or they're trying lots of different things, but they've got, it was the USAA network. Now it's the ARP network, and there's Navy Federal Credit Union, and there's American Airlines, and there's all these other affinity businesses that are sending their business through the Cardis Broker Network, which is now the Realty Broker, what's it called now?
Advantage program.
Advantage Network.
Realty Broker Advantage program. Did I say that right, Kim?
Network.
Yes.
Realty Broker Advantage Network. So,
Yes.
So that's it. So all those affinity businesses go through the Cardis network to its network of brokers, which is where we get a ton of business from. And then the third area is the corporate relocation business, which literally Cardis is the largest relocation company in the world. They do cross-country moves, they do cross-country move, cross-global moves. I mean, these huge organizations that are moving executives around from place to place, we have like 50% of that business goes through Cardis in the world. So it's huge. And that's really, really big business because we take on their utilities, and there's buyout programs and all this other stuff that goes into. So there's 3 real big network components to the Cardis Broker Network. So affinity business coming in from other sources, broker to broker network, and then corporate relocation are the 3 things that Cardis gives us an advantage for. Which
And
is
I'm pretty sure Kim will back me up on this as well, but especially when we started, like whenever we do a bigger group move, I mean, and everything's a little different at the current moment, but I would track which agent had worked with certain companies, because when you say people know people, right? Let's just throw out their Charter Communications. I had one agent that just killed it with listings with Charter Communications, especially she started with like a manager, right? And then I think it was a vice president that was moving within the same company. They spoke. So she got the listing over the other brokerage, and then it just kind of snowballed. So she, like, if you sent her against anybody else, it was also word of mouth inside of these companies.
Right.
Kim, did you run into that a lot?
Absolutely, absolutely. I've seen a lot of agents build very strong relationships within, all of these lines of business just by, delivering that exceptional service to the customer. And then a friend tells a friend, or a coworker tells a coworker, and that's who they want to, to work with going forward. And so it's a great way to build off that pipeline of business.
Yeah, that just makes me want to say that, when you get business, whether it's OpCity or Cardis, and it comes with the cost of a referral fee, that's okay, because you now acquired a customer. And that customer relationship is invaluable over the lifetime of the relationship, because they're going to send to their friends and their family, and there's no referral fees associated with that business. So,
and building a customer relationship for life is really the end game, so that no matter if they're, in your local market, or if they're going to eventually move to another location, you want them to continue to come back to you time and time again, because you can help them anywhere. It's not just about your local market. It's about that you can help them nationwide is really the relationship that you want to develop.
And Craig says all the time, is it $135,000?
$130,000.
Okay.
The value of a customer relationship is $130,000 over the lifelong relationship, because they're going to buy from you, they're going to sell from you, they're going to buy again from you, they're going to send their brother, their sister, their mother, their cousin. I mean, if you nurture that relationship, it's invaluable. Awesome. Okay, Ashley, you got your slideshow. Let's show some of the stuff we're going to talk about.
We're going to talk about outgoing referrals, and feel free, Kim, to talk. Kim and I spoke earlier, so feel free to talk about it. Jump in anytime. So basically, an outgoing referral is any client looking out for a property or selling a property outside of your coverage area. So clients are going to be serviced by another brokerage. So whether it's a Jacksonville, whether it's a San Diego, California, let's say Utah, or throw out there Illinois, that way that is what our goal is to, number one, take care of the client, right? Number one. Number two is going to be number two is going to make sure that referral closes and that your agent gets paid. So we have this network of Realogy brands. So when I'm saying it's not always a Century 21, Realogy has built this relationship with outgoing referrals. And so don't just automatically think it's going to be a Century 21, even if there's a Century 21 in that market. This network is only the best of the best. And that's why Craig was approached by Cardis. Usually these brokers are clawing at Cardis, and I guarantee Kim can back me up on that one, right?
Absolutely.
So whenever, just don't think locally, right? And this is something really big for, our next level U agents that come in and they say, I just moved to Tampa, I don't have a sphere of influence. But do you have a mom that's selling her house in Texas and buying a house in California? We just have to think about that all the time, because we don't want to ever leave money on the table. Like I said, best friend moving to Montana. These are just a couple examples. Yeah, so I want to throw that out there. Me personally, I just put in a referral for my own mother, who's driving down right now to Fort Collins, Colorado, and she currently lives in Alaska. So we just don't ever want, oh man, Cardis is calling me now. We just don't ever want to miss that opportunity, right? So just say you say, oh, my real estate license is Florida. Please keep that in mind. We do provide these cute little things of reminders for your friends and family as well, because, we just like anything, we always want to make sure, yes, sir. Would you like me to send you an outgoing referral, Jeff? He just raised his hand.
Oh. Can you make your screen bigger? Because I can't see. The little dog thing's cute, but I can't read what it says.
It's a picture. Hold on. It says going to need more space, like whether it's a bait, and I have sent it to Beggins stacked. Okay. So I actually reposted this one in the Beggins agents networks, as well as quite a few other things, just for National Dog Day, right? And the other one that was over there is one that Laura Meza Wolf did an amazing job with. And it said, the earth is covered in 95% water. We cover the rest. Century 21 Beggins, right? So just cute little things that throw out there on a regular basis to make sure that your mother in California will remember to actually talk to you about it. Or especially your friends, especially if you move to markets. So
actually, I think I'm jumping ahead of you, but we talked yesterday about agents that are getting referral fees and the tens of thousands of dollars they're earning extra just because they're throwing it. Look at that.
I had to add a flamingo.
So Laura last year made $19,627 just by placing outgoing referrals. So somebody in her farm was moving to Texas and she placed a referral to Texas and they closed the deal and she got paid. And somebody else was moving to Illinois or somebody else was moving to Jacksonville or Orlando or wherever they're going. And she just did that. How many referrals did she actually place that closed?
I think there was only like 4 or 5, if I remember correctly, on that one.
Just an extra $20,000. I mean,
it's
that's
nice to get extra. And the nice part is you don't have to spend money on the listing. You don't have to go take pictures. You don't have to have the seller yelling, it is a very smooth transaction, or you don't have to put somebody in your car as a buyer, right? So even when I'm talking about outgoing referrals, please don't limit it just to even outgoing referrals within the nation, but also let's say you live in Sarasota and somebody wants to look in Wesley Chapel, please, this is the same thing. Please reach out, right? Because you need to focus on yourself. Basically, I was starting to talk about how you get outgoing referrals, mostly your SOI, because they like you, trust you, and everything already. Social media, just even fun things, reminding everybody that you're in the real estate business and you can help them everywhere. FSBOs and expireds, I really like, because you guys take all these, a lot of new agents go through Next Level U, or even maybe experienced agents that aren't used to utilizing the FSBO and expired, ways of getting business. And it is an absolute extra tool in your tool belt to ask them where they're going, and you can provide a free service to them with a top agent and a top buyer, right? So it just in that conversation, as opposed to, I want your listing, because the first thing that you do when you knock on someone's door is, I don't know you, why are you here? 15 other realtors were there. And so I do like that. When I also said door knocking, I do have a lot of taglines, business cards, magnets, anything, just any advertising you're doing. If you're at it, flyers are great, even for open houses. If they're moving here, where are they moving from? Do they need to sell their house before they buy? Right? So let's just always remember about it as you're doing everything else. And I know it's a lot, especially for newer people. We're just like Otis says all the time, have them drinking from a fire hose. So there's that. So I always just want to remind everybody. I don't know how much.
Lauren Fleischman just wrote in and said, and I did $18,000. Easy, easy, easy.
Who did?
That's
Lauren.
awesome.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
There's a chat that Lauren posted. She said, I made a referral. I made $18,000.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Here's the thing is, Lauren, I don't know why I'm in a funky spot. I can only see Craig's face anyways.
And your upper right-hand corner, change it to speaker view, or change it off speaker view.
It says hide thumbnail, and then 1 box, and then 2 little boxes. I just didn't want to mess up while we were going on.
Is either speaker view or gallery view. And gallery, I see all three. I see the 3 of us, because I'm in gallery view. If I click
that's what I have.
view, it's only going to show the person who's talking.
Should I hit the hide thumbnail then?
No, I don't have a hide thumbnail button on the upper right-hand corner of your screen.
It's not maybe, it's not there.
Are you in full screen mode?
I usually am. I usually don't have this many problems. What was the chat about Lauren?
Lauren Fleischman, she made $18,000.
Yes, you know what? And she was such a even more than that actually, because she was such a close second. Well, I think she made more than 18,000, because I think her and Laura at that exact moment were like $400 from each other. So no, Lauren Wiseman, you are rocking it as well. And thank you for everything.
And guys, it's not hard. It's just being top of mind. If you're talking to somebody and they're moving, you say, by the way, I can help you find an agent in Chicago, or I can help you find an agent in Colorado, or I can help you with this. If you're talking to a FSBO and they're moving to Texas, the intro line is, look, I don't want to be your listing agent. Let me help you find an agent in where you're moving to. You can actually prospect and get in the back door by using a referral as a differentiation factor to talk to a consumer. And there's like no pain in that at all. You're not asking for anything. You're offering to help somebody for nothing. And you get paid. Pretty cool.
Okay, I almost figured it out, and you know what it is it's that darn bar that drives you crazy.
Right, now you know what I'm talking about.
Well, I've known, but first it like totally hit itself this time, but I'm still totally not there. So anyways, let's talk really quickly about what another benefit is, right? About
Well, let me say this too, because we are measured. We have a quota of outgoing referrals that we have to hit to maintain our position within the network too. So that's why we talk about it as much, because what gets measured gets done, and Cartus knows that. So we have, what's our requirement? Actually, we have to do 60
it's astronomical this year. It was like 53
closed referrals if we want to get our points up, and our points get us rankings. So the better job we do, the more opportunities we get.
for the very next year, guys. Seriously. And if you're part of it, like, we need you on our team, right? Let's just be honest. If you're part of delivering excellent service, getting great surveys, participating and sending outgoing referrals through the network, as well as, quite a few other things, then we need you. So,
and 2 years in the business and at least 10 closings in the last 12 months.
And like I said, I've sent the management the links to everything, and you can review it even way ahead of time and understand what we're looking for in an agent. So basically, as well, on top of all that, Craig, how much would you usually charge for an outgoing referral? Like randomly for somebody else?
25%.
Okay. Well, and then let's say Bob sends an outgoing referral to let's just even use a Keller Williams or an XYZ company, and he gets his 25%. Yay, it comes in, and guess what? There's a split that's associated with that. Right. So right here, and I do have to adjust this because the average prices have gone up. I think it's over like $1,700 or $1,800 just for making a phone call. That is like, the easiest money you can even make. So basically, Craig does not take a split on this business. 21% comes directly into Century 21 Beggins, and you get every penny that Beggins made. Right?
Yep.
So, right.
That's how important it is for us to get our numbers.
It is how important it is as well, but also too, using the network, you are guaranteed to get paid. Once again, those background check agents, they have a department too that is on the agents, making sure that you are getting an update on your customer, because the last thing that you want to do is like that agent not update you, or maybe kind of, not pay attention one week, and then all of a sudden your person's driving by an open house and bam, they just found a new agent. Right? Yeah. So that is the follow-up, and that is exactly what we do. So, and then I also threw in there, like I said, if you're walking away from your closing table, let's say you have a listing and they are moving to Utah, you could be leaving money on the table for you to get that other side of that outgoing referral. Okay.
100%.
Oh, my computer's being funny today. So basically, this is just a little bit more on, like I said, our national average sale has gone up slightly since I made this slide, but here's an extra $300. Why not utilize the, once again, extra background checks and service, making sure you get paid. And then on the inside of Beggins, I make sure that your stuff is in Zap when it goes pending, so that when Joy and Jessica receive a check, they're not searching for you. You get paid faster. It's a much smoother process. They look it up in Zap, and they know who to pay. So they're not searching everybody around. And just like you said, $19,000, Craig.
Yeah, that's a car.
Right. So that's pretty good for 5 minutes of your time and placing a referral, because that's really all it is 5 minutes to get that referral over to relocation with the information. And then look what she's made, $19,000. That's amazing.
And I want to make my computer be better, but I'm trying to show you right now, everybody. So I have a PDF for everybody. It won't move for me. Okay. So this shows us, and I need to try to make it bigger. No, that's not it. How do I make it bigger? I guess I need a computer class.
I use control and roll my mouse tab up, but
Oh, well, we're fancy. Okay. You can see that in the last 12 months, all the people that have participated. So we've had 29 closings, right? That were Cartus brokers. Blake Charmaine, we've got Sarah Myers. These are a lot of these people are top agents, you know what I mean? That understand the amazing qualities that this gives us. We've got Amy, Brandon, Amy Camasso. Look, she's closed $605,000 that she didn't have to drive somebody around for 2 referrals. That's just extra money. We've got Lauren Wiseman here, who also recently closed on one for $390. That's great. Shelly Peñas. I mean, once again, a lot of these are absolutely top agents. Diener is over there, did 2, I'm sorry, for a total of $971,000 in sales extra. That, well, it comes out a little different, but right here, Tara got the $577,000, 1 referral. So that 21% really does add up.
It was $14,000.
I think that hold on. I think that might have been a different one that I looked at. Oh my gosh, do you see my old person calculator? I hope you don't. No. Anyways, yeah, there was something that I was looking at with Tara, but no, we appreciate everybody trusting us, and we really want to make sure that we handle everybody with a lot of care, you know? So that's our.
So
that's
actually, let's tell the truth here. So we have 29 closings. How many referrals do you think we placed in order to do that? Because it's true, not every referral closes. You know, we send a lot of crap through the system too.
Well, so we can pull it real quick. So that if you
25% of the referrals actually closed.
Well, it's the actual number, I believe, was 69%, like about 2 years ago, and that shouldn't have changed too much. Now, there's going to be a little bit of variation in that, mostly because if it was total, as you say, crap, and they can't qualify, then that would not be in the conversion, correct?
Right. So before we were part of Cartus, it was a kind of an unspoken rule: 25% of referrals close. But because
according to Cartus, it was 14 to 17%. At the same time, they're looking at 69%. And then think about, we don't even know what the heck they do with like an XYZ realty company does with their money. How long is it going to take to get to us? Are we even guaranteed to get paid? Is that broker going to go under? We don't know.
Right. And at least you have that guarantee with Cartus.
Right.
And what's really nice, I believe I heard, and once again, Kim might have heard something new, but since they implemented that program of a guaranteed payment to its brokers so that we can, be stronger together, because we are all so vetted and top brokerages, they've only had to pay out on it one time. And I believe that was during a down real estate time. So that says a lot about us not having to chase down brokerages for checks. And, how would I know if something closes in Idaho, with the exception of, Zillow, which we love relying on Zillow. And also, I'd like to show you really quickly, if you don't mind, how easy it is. Okay. So this is the link. You do not have to log in to have access to the link. This link is for right here. You can see Century 21 Beggins only. So it does not go to anyone else, just myself and Kim, our
So
department.
this is the link that's in your email signature. So if an agent wants to send a referral anywhere, all they do is click the link in your email and it takes them to this page and they fill out this little bit of information and you take care of everything else.
Absolutely. So
Gotcha.
all you have to do is to do the drop down. It says outbound broker to broker. This will also apply when Kim's talking about agent generated referrals slightly, but it's the same link, right? So you do
Right.
an outbound referral first and last, and fill in as much information as you can. If you don't have, if you don't have some information, then that's okay. You can, enter zeros kind of, but we really want to make sure that the other agent on the other end has the best idea on how to provide great service to your client. So it's all right here. Kim, this is something we can ask. This confidential referral makes it say yes or no, but that's not a big deal. Because it'll come to us, and anything, don't worry about messing anything up. Just, as much information as possible, because I don't want you to think that you're doing something wrong and you take too much time on it. Hit submit. We look it over, clean anything up and send it all off to Cardis. Your name will be in the drop down. So that way I know that it is from Chris Reed, right? So everything's attached to your name. It doesn't get gunked up and you're good to go. Craig, does that
But
make
actually, let's take a minute and talk about what Kim's responsibilities are, because you've been running this whole department since we let Ashley go, because when USAA pulled out, we lost a lot of business and we couldn't afford to keep the overhead. But then we found out we got a lot more business than we thought we were going to get, and you got buried. So what is Kim's role? How is she going to interact
Oh,
with
I thought you said I got married. I was like, wait, what? Obviously, I
married.
have been confused for the past 6 months. Kim is going to help me a lot with updates. She's going to, that was basically what we had talked about. She's also has a lot of experience in business development. So I think and with all of, the knowledge she has, we're actually really lucky to have Kim. I'm thankful for all the hours I've been putting in for the past 6 months, because I was waiting for my, my Kim. But she's going to be able to take your calls, but for the most part, it's going to be updates and, a lot of behind the scenes stuff, but I think that that's going to evolve.
Well, give the agents an idea. How many referrals are we working right now? How many prospects do we have in our system?
When I last checked about a month ago, it was 750.
Right.
So
and
in
all
November,
those require updates. So we have to make updates manually to them to show the system that we're actually working them, or else we wouldn't be in the system.
so when all you guys get, update request, update request, update request, I get all those, and I know they're, can be like, not frustrating, but at the same time, they're like, oh, update, I get that times 50. Right. So, we need to make sure that we're closing things out correctly to keep our conversions on spot. So that's something that Kim and I have been talking about. And it's kind of funny. This is really not even her on day. So she's worked with us since Monday. So we are working together, and to tell you the truth, it's been a total godsend that she knows back end of Cardis, a lot of people at Cardis, as well as other relocation management companies, but also eRelo. So her and I even did an update on eRelo so that we can even make it better and faster and easier for everybody. So we spent about 2 hours on the phone with them and listened to all their new stuff. So, with all the tech that we do as a company, I am excited to, like I said, make things a lot easier. And one of those things, for example, if we have to do an analysis for a listing, and we call them a broker market analysis, but just simple things like that can make our life a lot easier. And I know that Kim found a few things really amazing too, that, I think that training is good for all of us all the time. So I wanted to do it as well. So like I said, we're still working out all the details, but she's going to be responsible for a lot of the updates and then working with all, outgoing referrals and affinity programs. So
I think it's cool that you can do that in Illinois too.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been working remote since 2005, actually. So I've got it down. I've got a good system down for being able to work anywhere. But I just wanted to tag on to something that Ashley said about updates. What's really important, it can be like, oh gosh, you want an update again kind of thing. I know everybody's very busy in their lives, but those updates are critical to, on the broker to broker side, for the referring agent, so that they're kept in the loop, just like you want to be kept in the loop if you refer something out. But also for that corporate and affinity business, there's clients that need to get those updates. There's corporate clients that we're actually fortunate enough to get the business from. And so that's why those updates are so critically important to get over on time, because if those clients aren't getting the updates, then they're going to lose the confidence and trust in our ability to service their employees, if you will.
And it's not just the agent. It's Beggins as a whole, and Beggins is awesome. We always want to make sure everybody sees us as that. So
Absolutely.
Basically, the one thing that we want to touch on is outgoing referrals are available for absolutely every single person. To tell you the truth, it's usually the new people or people that have moved outside of the area that do have experience that are the absolute best at this. So I can send this out. It's just cute little taglines that anybody can use. So I also want to just say something really, really quickly. It is not always a Century 21 broker that is sent, these first referrals are sent to. So when you're speaking with your client, just talk about the power of the network, and you're going to have a well-vetted company. Okay.
The Realogy Broker Advantage Network.
Yes. That's a tongue twister. It really is. I mean, every single time I feel like I forget a word. So yes, we want to make it easy. So anyways, I just wanted to touch base really quickly because this is also available to everybody as an agent generated referral. And I just know that Kim, when she had to acquire those additional hundreds of agents, this was something that she was speaking about. So I thought that we could give her a minute and let her do the agent generated.
This is a tough one for agents to wrap their head around, because why would you put a person that you're going to do business with into a network and then pay a referral because you put them in the network? So Kim, your job is to explain that. Why would somebody actually do that?
Sure. Well, I have lots of reasons why. I think the biggest reason that you would want to put one of your customers. So let me give you a couple of good examples. So an agent generated referral is where you're working with a customer and you introduce them into a program that's going to give them some kind of a benefit. And typically with most of these organizations, it's a cash back benefit. So as some examples are, you are at a listing presentation and you're up against, one or two other agents that might be competing for that listing. It's a good way for you to talk to. I mean, you're going to talk about all of the services that, that you can provide to this customer to quickly sell their home, if you will, the marketing and the photography and all of that fun stuff that comes along with the listing. To be competitive in the marketplace. But the other thing that you can also talk to them about is if you're in someone's home and you're presenting a listing and you see some military memorabilia on a wall, or if you have someone that you're working with that may be over the age of 55, you can ask some probing questions. It looks like you served in the military. That's amazing. Thank you for your service. Did you know that because you served in the military that, there is a cashback benefit program? Are you a Navy Federal Credit Union member? Or, what was your service in the military? Okay, well, what? I think we can help you based on your sales price. We can get you and it's all based upon the sales price of a home. There's a, as to, what that cashback benefit would be. But I'd be happy to look into that for you with your permission and see, how much money we can get you back, and you can kind of ballpark or know, we can provide that information to you so that you have it at your fingertips. You obviously don't share that scale with the customer, but you can look it up and say, okay, this is what you're looking at getting back. You're looking at getting back, $1,000. How does that sound to you? Just because you're working with me, I can get you this cashback benefit. It's that simple. Yes, you have to pay a 30% referral fee, but you're getting cash back in your customer's pocket. And what is that going to do? That is going to create repeat business for you, because they're just going to be so excited that you were able to give them some money back. So at a listing presentation, it's a good way to have that edge in winning the listing. And keep in mind that you could be up against, another agent with another company that could offer the same thing.
And I don't know if we have talked about this or yet. I think you touched on it a little bit yesterday, but a good example was Coldwell Banker Res. They are absolutely in our market.
Right.
And you told me how much trained they are to offer this up front.
Absolutely. And so they could be pulling that out of their bag of, magic tricks as well. So you just want to make sure that, this is something that you offer. And yes, it does come with a referral fee, but again, you're going to wow the customer. And, that's what it's really all about. If you're wowing the customer, you're going to build that relationship for life. And they're going to tell a friend who's going to tell a friend. Someone who's in the military, they've got, a whole military family, out there. So, they're going to tell others, hey, if you're looking to buy or sell, you want to use, Ashley, because, she was able to get me $1,000 back. The same thing if you're going to, if you're working an open house, this is a way for you to get buyers in the door too. And so in our relocation apartment, we do have flyers that we can provide, to help you if this is, a route you want to go. So if you're looking to build your pipeline of business, agent generated referrals is an absolute easy way for you to be able to do that.
Okay. This is a perfect time to throw this slide in there. Joe Diener, 11 AGRs.
Wow. That's amazing.
Sales in 2019. He turned in and closed 11 closings, and 6 of those were listings. And the reason I put it in there is think about all the buyers he got off the listings, especially, in our current market. So an extra, did I do the math right? I might not have been doing math right today, but just extra sales in his pocket.
Wow.
Anyone, whether you're on the relocation team or not, anybody can send an agent generated referral. If you have questions or you want flyers or things like that, we'd be happy to share that information with you. And again, it's a great way if you're looking to build out your portfolio of clients.
And just throwing it in there, it's as easy as the outgoing referral. It's the same link and on that same drop down box. Wanted to throw out there, and Navy Fed's been growing really, really fast. Do you know the current number of the members, Kim, with Navy Fed?
I do not.
Well, welcome back. I've only
it's only been a couple of days, Ashley.
Well, we're throwing everything out there. Okay. And she does have really positive, strong relationships with Navy Federal. And
yeah, I was actually on their board. So I love Navy Federal. They are amazing.
Yes. So at the time, they have well over 10 million members now, right? They've been growing by leaps and bounds. I know that they've had to hire a few hundred extra processors out of their Pensacola area. And that's where all of our loans go through. And then when we're thinking about it, 37% of our members are living paycheck to paycheck. That extra $1,500, $2,000, that can help them after they've gotten in their home with a VA loan or FHA or however to get furniture and to, just make their home a true home. And they've, once again served our country. So a lot of times these programs are the number one benefit to the members of these organizations. And we're just helping them out, just, to say thank you for your service. Oh, this is amazing. Okay. Wanted to throw one thing out there as we're talking about including all these different programs, right? We always have to respect the source, and that's gonna apply to both OG or outgoing referrals and agent generated referrals. If you get if you have received, and we run into this, Craig, if we receive an outgoing, like a referral if I receive one from Op City and all of a sudden they need to move to Montana instead, I cannot do an outgoing referral on that Op City customer. It is the Op City customer, or same thing applies to Zillow. You will actually end up owing, I want to say, about at least 10% out of your pocket for their sale. We just need to make sure that we are respecting the source, and that's the best way I can tell you to throw that out there. What are your thoughts on that, Craig?
Well, everybody has to be aware of it. There's 100 million internet leads a year. There's only 5 million home sales. So there's a lot of inquiries that are going to multiple places. So it's very possible that an Op City client that was obtained by you, we've made mistakes where an agent has then done an AGR because they're a Navy Federal Credit Union member. And now we got to pay a referral fee to Navy Fed and to Op City. So you want to be careful, and respecting the source is probably the best way to say that.
I don't even know a better way, honestly, but we always have to be paying attention to where our lead came from, right? Because if you're working with them for 6 months, you can forget or whatnot. We want to make sure that we're aware of that. And as a company and a department, we are constantly watching out for that, but we don't want to miss something. So we don't want you to end up having to pay a 70% or 75% referral fee. I mean, you just worked for free, or like you just paid for all your gas, So basically, I wanted to remind everybody how you enroll your clients. Right here on every email I send out, you can click and it goes directly to that linked page. Okay. This is obviously an old slide because it has lots of things wrong, like my name as well as USAA. So I want to make sure that you have all of our information. Kim is at Kim Yeoman at c21be.com. And of course you have my email address as well, but to get both of us at the same time, the relocation at c21be.com is probably the best way to have us, right? So have both of us on there. Kim is working part-time with us right now. She's going to be handling the affinity and broker-to-broker business. And when I was kind of getting technically into the updates and whatnot. So she's going to be responsible for that. And she is technically working Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. So if you need anything, let us know. Oh, and I did have one real quick. Remember my whole little be kind speech the other day?
Yep.
I like be kind, be fair, and be present.
I do too. Good one.
I
like engage, stay engaged. So guys, I just want you to know, the relocation department of our company is really responsible for almost 10% of our business, which is a lot. And there's a lot of hands that go into the mix to make sure the business we're doing is done well, because we are measured and really scrutinized pretty heavily. So Ashley has done a fantastic job, and we're really excited at Kim to help her out now as we continue to grow this business. So Kim, welcome aboard. Nice to meet you virtually.
Thank you. I'm excited.
There you go.
Yeah, he doesn't shake hands anymore.
No, no elbow bumps. Actually, I did. I shook a guy's hand this morning.
Really, we're here to help you. I like I was telling you the other day, I've received some really sweet cards by agents that truly understand and get it. Like specifically one was having issues with, having a client enrolled in a program too fast. Maybe they called themselves, or after you like it's easy for agents to talk about these programs, and then the members are thinking, oh, wow, I'm going to call, I'm going to see exactly how much money I'm going to get. And they get on that phone and they want to know if they're eligible for a Navy Fed mortgage. And then all of a sudden they said, oh yeah, my agent is a Navy Fed member. So if Navy Fed puts it in, it's different as when we put it in with the referral fee. Okay. So, but this agent had already been working with them. So there had been a couple of situations where I went to bat for her, and we got it reversed, and the 30% referral fee was in place instead of 40. And that's a big deal, guys. So instead of a 40% and a 50-50, we got it down to 30% and regular split, because it was her client and I really wanted her to get the benefit of that. So,
so the risk is, let me say it in a more direct way. If you don't put your client into the club and they go in on their own, which they do, then you got to pay more. So it's kind of like,
well, and this was a special situation, but she just wanted to say thank you for always watching out for us. And that just made my heart happy, because, man, you know, there are referral fees. So we are here to help. Genuinely, we are here to help.
Cool. All right, just a reminder for the Apollo Beach agents, today is copier day. So you got to get in and get your drivers loaded if you want to be able to print on the new machines. So I want to get that out there as a reminder, because not everybody checks their emails.
So you have to read them to us. That's what you said the other day.
Was that? Yes, exactly.
You said nobody checks your emails, so you're going to sit there and read them to us.
Perfect. Okay, well, let's wrap this up. It's 9:25. It's Thursday. It's the beginning of the month. And, you know, my brother said this the other day, and I just want to say it again. Be prepared for the second surge. I don't know when it's coming, but I know it's coming, because travel is down. People are not traveling back and forth. When they're able to travel again, like I go outside by the pool and there's no airplanes flying overhead. And there's usually airplanes flying overhead, and the airplanes that are flying are not full. And Europeans can't come to our country. And when they are able to come, they're going to bring a wave of business that we haven't seen before. So your job is to get listings and have them on the market and be prepared for the second surge. When the Europeans and the people from England and Spain get the opportunity to fly to the United States, where do they go? Florida. What's the most valuable property in Florida? Tampa Bay. They're going to flood our markets with lots of business. So your job, use your Remind, use your farming, use your FSBOs, use your expireds, do everything you can to amass as many listings as you can right now, while everybody else is just scuttling around not wondering what to do. That's my advice for today. And remember, everybody you talk to is a potential referral, which is, you know, you're seeing live agents making 18, 20,000 bucks extra a year just by sending referrals out. So Ashley, thank you very much. Kim, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
I'm not sure who the host is right now, but somebody needs to end the meeting, because I don't
know how. Because my